Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the often overlooked history of the early Merovingian kings, focusing on a figure whose brief but impactful reign shaped the future of Francia, Chlodomer, the forgotten son of Clovis I. You've probably heard of Clovis, the man who united the Franks and laid the groundwork for modern France. But what about the sons who inherited his massive kingdom? After Clovis died in 511, his realm wasn't passed to a single heir. Instead, it was divided among his 4 sons following Frankish tradition. Our man, Chlodomer, received the Heartland, the Kingdom of Orléans. It was a strategic territory, right in the center, bordering his brother's lands. This wasn't just a peaceful inheritance, it was a chessboard, and the pieces were about to move. Chlodomer wasn't just any royal heir. He was the son of Clovis and the formidable Queen Clotilde. Clotilde's influence is a story in itself. She was a Burgundian princess whose family had been decimated by her own uncle, Gundobad. Legend has it she never forgot and never forgave. This thirst for vengeance would become a driving force in the politics of her sons, especially Chlodomer. He grew up hearing stories of his mother's stolen birthright and the brutal murder of her parents. For a young, ambitious Frankish king, this wasn't just family drama. It was a call to arms, a righteous cause blessed by a grieving mother. So in 523, the time came to act. Egged on by Clotilde, Chlodomer and his brothers, Childebert and Clothar, launched a massive campaign against the Burgundians. The 4th brother, Theuderic, who was Clovis's son from a previous relationship, cleverly sat this one out. He had his own political ties to Burgundy, having married the daughter of its king, Sigismund. The Frankish invasion was a success. They captured King Sigismund and his family, and Chlodomer, in a moment of cold victory, had them brought back to his capital, Orléans. He didn't just imprison them, he had Sigismund, his wife, and their children executed, thrown down a well. It was a brutal act, meant to stamp out the Burgundian royal line and cement his authority. But in the world of the early Middle Ages, power vacuums are filled quickly. Sigismund's brother, Chlodomer, rallied the remaining Burgundian forces, and with support from his ally, the Ostrogothic king Theodoric the Great, he retook the kingdom. The Franks had won the battle but hadn't secured the prize. For Chlodomer, this was an unacceptable failure. Leaving his young sons in the care of his mother, Queen Clotilde, he gathered his army for a second campaign in 524. He was determined to finish the job and crush Burgundian resistance once and for all. This second invasion led to the decisive Battle of Vézeronce. The Franks were initially successful, pushing Chlodomer's army back. Chlodomer, leading from the front like a true warrior king, pursued the fleeing Burgundians deep into the fray. But in the heat and chaos of battle, a fatal mistake occurred. He was separated from his main force. Some sources say his long royal hair, a symbol of Merovingian power, made him an easy target. The Burgundians, realizing they had the Frankish king cornered, rallied and surrounded him. Chlodomer fought fiercely, but he was overwhelmed and cut down. To prove their victory and demoralize the Frankish army, the Burgundians impaled his head on a spear and raised it high for all to see. The sight of their fallen king sent shockwaves through the Frankish ranks. Their morale shattered, and what had been a near victory turned into a retreat. Chlodomer, the ambitious son of Clovis, was dead at just 29 years old. His quest for vengeance and glory had ended in disaster on the battlefield. Now, what happened to his kingdom, and more importantly, his children? Chlodomer left behind 3 young sons, Theodowald, Gunther, and Clodowald. Their grandmother, Queen Clotilde, took them under her protection, hoping to secure their inheritance and perhaps even rule through them. But Chlodomer's brothers, Childebert and Clothar, had other ideas. They saw not nephews to be protected, but rivals to be eliminated. They weren't about to let Chlodomer's sons grow up to claim their father's kingdom, which they now coveted for themselves. The story that follows is one of the most chilling episodes in Merovingian history. Childebert and Clothar conspired against the boys. They sent a messenger to Queen Clotilde with a pair of scissors and a sword, delivering a terrifying ultimatum. Would she rather see her grandsons tonsured, meaning their hair cut and sent to a monastery, thus relinquishing all claims to the throne, or see them dead? In her grief and despair, Clotilde supposedly declared that she would rather see them dead than stripped of their royal birthright. Taking this as their permission, the uncles acted swiftly and ruthlessly. Clothar himself murdered the two eldest boys, Theodoald and Gunther, who were just 10 and 7 years old. The youngest, Clodoald, managed to escape the massacre. He went into hiding, renounced his royal claims, cut his own hair, and dedicated his life to God. He became a hermit and was later revered as a saint, Saint Cloud, for whom the Parisian suburb of Saint Cloud is named. It's an incredible story of survival, turning a tragic royal legacy into a spiritual one. With Chlodomer's sons out of the way, his kingdom of Orléans was carved up between his treacherous brothers, Childebert and Clothar. His ambitions, his victories, and his lineage were erased from the map, absorbed into the ever-expanding and consolidating Frankish realm. So, why does Chlodomer matter? His short, violent reign is a perfect snapshot of the Merovingian era. It was a time defined by constant warfare, complex family dynamics, the powerful influence of figures like Queen Clotilde, and a political landscape where loyalty was fleeting and betrayal was just around the corner. Chlodomer's story shows us that even for a son of the great Clovis, survival and success were never guaranteed. His life was a high-stakes gamble that ended in a tragic loss, but it paved the way for his brothers, especially the ruthless Clothar, to eventually reunite their father's empire under a single crown. He is a forgotten but crucial piece of the puzzle that explains the rise and brutal nature of the first French dynasty. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. It's a fascinating, if brutal, period of history. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next historical deep dive. Let me know in the comments which historical figure you'd like to see covered next. Until then, stay curious.